This is the Levels Network. I am Justin Horo and I am back from QT, Queenstown, New Zealand. That is the triple OG Willie Mason. Sitting in my seat for the review was the Missile, James Magnuson. What a guy. Shout out to Missile. We'll get to the YouTube questions in a bit. Just ultra complimentary, mate.
Yeah, he's good.
From you had a relationship with Missile beforehand, but I watched it back. Great episode.
Yeah, it was good. I was a little bit worried. I was like, it's a tough seat, that one. It's a tough seat. You got to keep this shit rolling. I mean, because he does a lot of radio and SEN. Obviously, it's a little bit different because you pretty much are answering questions and all that kind of stuff. And
yeah, we get callers in too.
Really hosting where you got to keep the ball rolling a hell of a lot. So yeah, nothing but respect for the Missile, mate. He killed it. He's good.
I think people underrate sometimes how it is to sit with you and then not only be able to obviously listen to your feedback, the IQ, but also throw some stuff back to you every now and again. And I thought he did that really well.
Yeah, he was good.
The way that, he was able to twist some things. All right, what do you think about, in particular, when he got you with the start, bench and cut?
Bench and cut. I was like, hey.
He threw you off, didn't he? I liked it.
And 3 gun locks too. I had to get rid of Yowie.
Yeah, I like that one. That was a good one. So just quickly off the back of that, here's a few of the YouTube compliments that the Missile got.
Did you play golf over in there? What'd you do? How was New Zealand?
Oh, Queenstown.
Give us a wrap.
Yeah, Queenstown was good, mate. Went over there and played golf. Yeah. Had a listener, a follower of Levels Network reach out.
Nice.
Benny Broughton. He was awesome, mate. So yeah, basically he reached out to me about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Said, "Do you want to come play golf while we're over there?" We went and had just a quick 9 holes. It started snowing the last 3 holes.
What?
It was pretty cold. So the weather was fairly good. We got snow on the first the day before we arrived. Yeah. So we went out in the mountains and ripped it up for about 4 or 5 hours. Just ate snow for about 3 or 4 hours, pretty much. Awful. I hadn't skied.
Because I asked you before you left. I said, "Can you ski?" And you're
Not since I was 15.
I used to. And you're like, when I was 15, I was like, it's a fair while ago.
Yeah, it's a long time between drinks. So 20 years before getting out in the snowfields. Didn't go get any lessons. Just sort of went the fucking pizza French fry.
Pizza French
from South Park. Had that in mind. We got stuck on the mountain a couple of times when I was on the side, just trying to remember, chucking putting the skis back in. But we had a mad trip. It was my mate's 40th. All my best mates that I've known for 30 plus years.
That's mad. 25
plus years. So we do probably two of those trips a year with each other where we get together.
That's cool.
Sometimes it's not necessarily as far as Queenstown, but we'll get together and have a weekend away with our families. Generally go up the Hunter.
It's important, isn't it?
It's good, mate. Yeah. It's good. I always, even we over the years, there were times where I didn't get to hang out with them as much with footy, as you know. When you're in that grind of footy, you lose the 21st, the 30th, the weddings, all these sorts of really important occasions that I missed when I was playing footy. So since I finished, I try to spend as much time with them as I can. And what else did we get up to over there? Oh,
wineries?
Wineries. Yeah, we went to a winery on the Saturday, got loose, nearly got in a knuckle. Well, our gang nearly got in a knuckle with another group. We were blind. We were going
wine hits different.
Wine does hit different, yeah.
Especially when you go to those wineries and you start sculling them and everything like that.
Oh, the food's
white
grouse.
wine, there's food, it's just good vibes, it's good, man.
The entrees were outstanding. I had Ferg Burger. My first time. Have you been to Ferg Burger?
No, I saw what you did.
You probably watching the show back, understanding that the attention detail to nutrition and beer. You're probably not going to like Ferg OG. It's probably not your go. But jokes aside. This burger joint over in Queenstown that's super famous. It's well known, very well known. Great burgers. What else was had over there while we're over there? I'm pretty sure that was
just good times, eh?
I ran 20K at the best too.
Oh no, yeah.
On the Sunday,
that's massive.
Yeah, so that was a tough carry, and then I jumped in the water.
You went over there Thursday, Friday, and you ran 20 on the Saturday.
So went Thursday, Friday. Saturday was my big day.
Ooh.
And I was like, I haven't done because I was supposed to do a big run on the weekend, and I should have done it Saturday morning.
I should have. City Surf coming up this weekend, eh?
You got City Surf on Sunday.
Lukey going to do it? Lukey Stowe?
Yeah, Lukey's in.
Right.
So I was like, fuck, I have to do it Saturday. So I woke up Sunday, realised we were about 15, 20-minute drive out of town. I was like, fuck, it's going to be close to 20K. I knew it was around the 15 mark. So I just fucking started trotting. Pretty good run too. It's not too bad. It's beautiful. It's like when you're running and you're in like the scenery. I'm looking around the mountains. There's snow all over the mountains. It was about 5 degrees, so it wasn't too bad. Like for Queenstown. Yeah. But I was decked out so I had the Asics kit on and everything. So I had Asics top, Asics thermo pants, beanie. Had the because I had the beanie on. I was able to put the music in.
Held them in?
Yeah, so I was able to listen to music. Game changer.
Is it? Instead of dealing with your own head, of course it is.
So much better. I've never ran with music before.
So I couldn't believe that when
I chucked the beanie on, I was like, how good's this? And then I'm looking up at the mountains and then I look down on my watch and I'm like, oh shit, I'm 6K in. I've ran 6 kilometres on a pretty good run going into town, but then I had to do a few loops around town to get the rest of the 5K. And then I get the kit off. My missus comes and meets me down in the car down at the lake. And I'm like, I'll yell out to one of the locals. I go, how cold do you reckon it is in there? And he goes, it's not frozen. So put it that way. And I said, oh, yeah. So it's not minus. I said, would it be close. He goes, you'd be 1 or 2. I said, fuck, do you reckon I'll get sick if I go jump in the water? And he goes, you fit? And I said, I just ran 20 at the best. And he goes, you'll be all right, go jump in. And I went, sweet. And he just he was walking his 2 dogs. He went and sat and watched me while I went in there just in case. But I was proper shit myself. Got in, it wasn't too bad because I'd ran sort of just, go a bit numb. I literally just finished running 20K. So I was so fucking.
How long did you do?
20, 30 seconds.
That's all right. That's enough. Yeah. When it's that cold.
Yeah.
You don't be hypothermia.
Yeah, exactly
be
right.
Smart, man. Be smart.
I was worried about getting stuck in there and then getting sick
freezing.
in the afternoon. Yeah.
If he's a local, he'll be, hey, you all right?
Yeah, he goes,
I'm dying.
Yeah, he goes, you'll be all right. Okay, jump in there. So,
right.
Mate, it was a great trip.
It's good, man. As long as you got that.
Heaps of good memories. I said to Lukey when I got back, like it's, we've done stuff before we've gone away, whether it be Brisbane. It's good to just have a break and not do anything work related. I think I only watched maybe 3 games over the weekend. So I only watched the games because of the time difference, right? Sky Sports. And the 6 o'clock game is on at 8 o'clock. So I watched the NRLW.
Yeah, of course.
Watched Taryn Aiken kill it. She was my dog of the week, by the way. For Taz, she killed it. But then the 8 o'clock game is 10 o'clock over there. So shout out to all the Kiwis that love our games.
Yeah, they love it.
The fact that they're such big followers of our game, Rugby League, our Levels Network, based off, they're watching games a lot of the times at 10 o'clock at night if they want to watch it live. Those for the main game.
12, man. You're not going to bed till 12.
Lucky I had a few red wines while sitting on the couch watching them. But as
long as you had a good time, man. It's good that you do that with your friends, man. It's very important.
It is. It's good to have a break.
It's that connection.
It is. It's a really good connection. So just going back quickly to all the compliments for Missile, who was sitting in my seat. Solid effort, Magnuson, keeping the seat warm. Otto Neal. The Missile doing a great job filling in Marcus Lampert. And these are like multiple likes on all these messages as well. Great injection of the 18th man. Mags played well out there, brother. Awesome chats as always. Lamarck won. No shock, the Missile killed it, filling in. Former Port Macquarie Sharks legend that he is. Shout out to Jimmy Reid. Jimmy Reid's been a big fan of ours for a while. So, mate, Missile, thanks again. He killed it. For those that don't know, me and Missile do radio every Saturday morning together on the Mowers at SEN League. So if you're in Sydney or even up in Queensland, you can find us on SEN 1170 Saturday mornings, 9 to 12.
That's good, man.
So thanks for the Missile. Yeah, we've been talking for a while. We haven't even got into the new kit, have we? The samples have come in for the hit.
I'm just looking in there. I'm just looking over there. I'm like, hey, looks pretty good, man.
On screen. Yeah, it looks good there, side by side. So the samples for the hats, we've been wearing these for the last couple of weeks. We've got the samples for the hoodies, right? So we've had a little discussion. We've had a little team meeting. We're talking about whether we're going to drop the hoodies or we wait till next year. We need you, the listeners, to let us know. Let us... We've got to feel it, and the way we feel it is if you sign up to levelsnetwork.com.au, register your email for updates, we will give you early access to the subscriber list. So sure to subscribe.
So pretty much, if you subscribe and you know what's going on, and that shows us that you want the merch, right? We're not going to come out and print 5,000 hoodies out and sell 200. You know what I mean? So we just need to know that you're in. And so just subscribe, levelsnetwork.com.au.
Let us know. Collection one. Do you want this a part of Collection 1? Where the hats are guaranteed. The hats are coming. We're going to get them out here. Cool. Do you want the Jeremy Lats? Yes, tick. Got it. We know that. You want the Jeremy Lats. But do you want the hoodies?
The Dallas Hood? Do you want the Dallas Hood?
The Dallas Hoods. Let us know. I love them.
I love the hoodies, man. I'll be rocking this every day,
What are you rocking, a 2XL, OG?
Yeah,
You're going to be rocking this all the time? I'm in an XL. Let us know if you like them. And the way you let us know is by signing up. What is it? levelsnetwork.com.au. And Lukey will be sending you email updates constantly. Again, just quickly want to wrap everything up with Queenstown trip. By the way, Magic Speeds, rocking these bad boys. Mace asked me questions. There we go. Can you see that?
Yes.
Gun. And this is like, obviously everyone knows ASIC's looking after us I've said that before.
Yeah, I know, but you said they're mad comfy, right?
Mace, just as I was walking in, I'm like, bruh, these Magic Speeds, because they sent me 3 different shoes to wear for the runs.
They just do lethals, right? So they've obviously just stepped their game up massively.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I think Keanos are very popular for
Keanos and lethals.
Keanos are the most popular.
Lethals are the fucking boots. The
lethals, Fregials and that.
I used to wear them, yeah.
So I'm rocking the Magic Speeds now. I ran 20K, my first 20K with them.
No blisters, no nothing.
Smooth. And I actually wasn't supposed to be wearing them around as much as I am. But
You've fucking been wearing them
I've just been wearing them for a whole week now because I love them.
Are you going to go George Costanza and just wear them with jeans?
Yeah, fucking oath.
Jerry Seinfeld?
I'm not even joking. I wore them in Queenstown.
If they were all black, would you rock them?
In Queenstown, I rocked them regardless. With a pair of, I wore my chino pants. I wore these, and I went and played golf.
Right. Fair enough. Do ASICs make golf shoes?
Yeah, I think they do.
Well, come on, ASICs. Your boy plays golf once, 2-3 times a week.
They've been good to me. They've been good to me. So
yeah. But get the golf shoes.
I think they need to see the times in the City to Surf and the
win it.
Yeah, in the marathon.
You need to
they
win
want me to get podium, and then they'll start sending me whatever. Okay. Shout out to ASICs. By the way, I'm going to be on the Hello Sports live stream tomorrow with the boys. The episode that you've done, by the way, is flying. I think, Lukey, what was the stats per fucks or swear words? 5.2 per minute. So the punters and dribblers someone's recorded the swear words, and 5.2 per minute. That's great numbers. Great numbers. I wonder if anyone's ever. What do you reckon we would
beat that? We don't swear that much. I'm trying to tone down the swearing a little bit.
Yeah, you don't like it when I say the cunt.
You say C word, and people. Or I drop the F bomb.
Yeah,
obviously a lot.
Yeah,
but everyone comes up to me and goes, "Why is Justin saying the C word?" And I'm like, I said, look, it's like I suppose as men and being in that footy realm, it's like you're a good.
It's a term of endearment for me.
It's a term of endearment. But I always explain to you, I said, like, when you put that in fine print on a paper,
correct.
On the paper, it's like you sick, C-U-N-T.
Yeah,
they don't look good.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So but because we talk so much like we swear a lot and all that sort of stuff, and we say the C word as a mate. So, but obviously, 80% of people don't look at it like that. So we'll try and tone it down, people.
Say it.
No, I'm not saying it.
You know who loves it? Our subscribers, mate.
I love saying the word. I'm in the footy realm. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just like
that
word gets
thrown
around.
I love it.
Once we go worldwide, that word C.
Speaking of worldwide, you know why I loved it? Because when I lived at plenty of over in England,
love it, mate.
Pommies love it.
But they say it with some vigor, don't they? I don't think it's anyone can drop a F bomb and a C bomb like an Aussie. Pommy's a pommy.
They say it with a little bit of plenty in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They mean it. They want you to hurt. Yes.
Yeah. They mean it like you're actually that, and we're like, you're mad.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll try and tone it down, people.
Yeah, we'll tone it down for our subscribers, which the numbers are currently at 14.4 on YouTube. So we are humming. Starting to slow down just a touch for my liking at about 200 or 300 per week.
We'll speed back up because of the semis. The semis are coming.
20K. Everyone knows that. That's what we're trying to get at. So if you're on Apple, Spotify, all the good stuff, as I always say every week, go on, like, subscribe, leave us a comment. The comments have been unreal. We'll get to more YouTube questions after we address what's on the table, Mace. And what do we got? Oh, beautiful. We've got the high protein moose bars.
Yeah, nice.
From Body Science, the cookies and cream low carb mousse bars, bar that defies expectations. Body Science low carb, high protein mousse bars are every protein bar's lover's dream. With protein in every layer plus 3 grams of collagen. You love that. You love yourself a bit of collagen, don't you, Mace? Snack happy and satisfies those sweet cravings with the delicious bars. BC mousse bars are currently available in Woolworths, Chemist Warehouse, online at bodyscience.com.au and in independent supplement retailers.
By the way, the amount of time I get hit up by family members all the time about Body Science and some mates just about these bars. They love them.
Well, these bars have been a hit. I'm getting probably 2 to 3 messages per week.
And I just love the message. Oh, do you know anyone from Body Science? Of course God damn.
Yeah, I know a few people.
Yeah, okay. They only sponsor us.
But I've had a few of the punters that reached out, listeners. You know what we ought to find? You know how we're like the Hello Sports boys got the punters and dribblers? When I used to have degenerates back in the day, we need to find like, what's our gang? Comment below. Let us know.
What is it? Give us some ideas.
Our OGs? Should it be our OGs?
You got to earn that. You got to earn that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. That's how you got that shit. That's why you are the triple OG.
But I'm pretty sure they'll come up with some good shit.
Yeah, come up with a name for our group, the listeners. Who do you something around dogs, maybe originals, OG, something like that.
At the end of the day, we want to start, having some sort of like a VIP sort of club, like we want to go maybe.
What'd you say, Lukey? The pups.
The pups could
our
be.
Pups.
Maybe next year, like we take the pups. We sort of start some sort of gang, and we go to Queenstown, play golf, and all that kind of stuff.
Ooh,
we might go to Vegas. We might do this. So we're just trying to sort of set up some sort of club where it's like the VIP proper fans love the show. That's what we want to try and do, like integrate more with our fans and all that kind of stuff. So come up with a cool name, because we ain't going to call you dog shit ones. It needs to sound cool, you know what I mean? So just start thinking.
Yeah.
Because we've got some good things in. We've got some good things that we want to do.
Yeah, my mind's going 1,000 different ways at the moment.
Stop thinking.
No, I'm trying to think of a few different names. All right, let's get to a couple of YouTube questions off the back of Monday show. This is just, again, leading into the body science stuff again. And Mace, your chat with regards to players' nutrition and looking after himself. Fuck, I want to get back to the gym again after hearing Mace talk about what it takes to be a dog. That's from Dylan Phillips. So it obviously resonated with him. I've had a few people that have reached out to me probably over the last week or two with doing my own training. Mace, you talking about your training, whether it be at Dogs Training or at the E-Lab.
Yeah.
I know you love getting after it with the boys. So it's good to see that whatever we name our followers, our listeners, they love, if you want to, obviously you can still listen to levels, but we preach getting after it.
We want to do it. We want to inspire, the punters who listen to this. Everyone that loves having a good time. Life is a balance. You know what I mean? If you can balance that sort of stuff out, you can listen to some of the words that we speak about training, about nutrition, about having a good time. We always have a good time, but it's like it is a balance, right? You can still go after it. You know what I mean? You can have a healthy lifestyle. That's what I was alluding to, being a professional athlete, former professional athlete. I'm 43 years old. Like I'm probably after it more than anything because you start thinking about, you probably, I like to think I'm halfway through life, You want to sort of make an impact and legacy and, you're a role model to these young kids. And so you got to look the part. You can't be out there looking like a mess, And that's why I was sort of a bit disappointed with some of the people that I saw on the weekend.
A few games in particular really caught you, didn't they? You were messaging the group while I could see it coming through.
Come on, man. Like, you can't show that. Like, you're a young kid, like, sitting there going, you're supposed to be pro athletes. I don't look like a pro athlete, man.
Yeah. All right,
so you just got to get after it, man. Yeah, it's just it's all about consistency. It's all about discipline.
Yep, 100%. This might have been with regards to, I missed this part of the show, but you must have been talking about playing a home semi-final for the Warriors at Mount Smart, or you must have said Eden Park. Did you mention Eden Park?
Missile said if they finish, like I think in the top two, the second semi might be like if they
go through the second
and their last one's a do or die, like prelim.
Yep.
And Eden it's at Park. Home. Would you take it to Eden Park?
So here we go. Mount Smart is the answer. Eden Park is a jinxed location for the Warriors. They have never won a game there in the 13-man game. Awful. James McMillan, the grammar was all over the shop, and I tried to do my best there with it. But, the Warriors have never won there in the 13-man game.
How many times they played there?
So, Lukey, can you, while we're looking at this, go look at the last 4 or 5 times that the Warriors have played at Eden Park? Because I actually beat the Warriors in 2011
At Eden Park?
At Eden Park.
Oh, right.
The year that they went into the grand final.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And we didn't make it
so,
out.
I mean, if you're going to go off that, like, you that's just silly.
No.
You know, like, you don't care. Like, I think they should play it at Mount Smart because Missile brought it up. Like, when it comes to semi-final times, the NRL.
Sorry, the Warriors played Parramatta at Eden Park.
Yep.
First time in 2011 in front of a crowd of 38,405.
Yep.
Eels won 24-18.
So, Lukey said that was the last time they played at Eden
Yeah.
Park, the Warriors. Yeah, he's trying to find another one. So, yeah, that apparently the last game. No, they would have played. Surely they've played another game between now and then at Eden Park. Or maybe the Knights.
Auckland Nines.
Auckland Nines, that's
So
it.
they played what? Oh, God, who cares about the Auckland Nines? I played.
Oh, so yeah, no.
2014, they had a season opener.
Yeah, 2014, they had a season opener as well. We got some information. Sorry,
Yeah, I'm
about
just
that.
thinking,
That's
just
come
say
through.
with, I think the Missile said when it comes to semi-final football,
Yep.
the gate is taken by the NRL.
Okay.
So something like that. So what's the point of like going to Eden Park selling 50,000 when you can have 25, 20, just say 26, 27,000
Yes,
at
okay,
their ground and
okay.
they can take it all. Something
Yeah.
like that. Like,
Well, if I'm the Warriors, I'm staying at Mount Smart then.
I'm staying at Mount Smart as well.
Yeah.
Regardless.
If that's the occasion,
Yeah.
if you can make more money and pack out a
And
50,000,
they get all that.
it will be humming because when does the Rugby World Cup start? September as well? So the boys are leaving. Yeah, when are we catching up with? We're going to catch up with Geordie potentially before he goes over.
Yeah. Live in a couple of weeks, man.
Yeah, so the Rugby World Cup must start in September.
But like,
9th of September, there we go.
yeah, I don't know. I'd play, you know.
Imagine if they go, why the Rugby World Cup's on, potentially. There might be an All Blacks game where they're fizzing, they fucking win a game, pool game of the Rugby
Yeah.
World Cup, and everyone's all pumped. Let's fucking get to Eden Park and get behind the Warriors. I don't know. I can see pros and cons to both for sure. Speaking of pros and cons for both, topic 1, the Rugby League Players Association and the RLL Commission will hold peace talks. The RLPA reached out an olive branch to the NRL to negotiate and broker a meeting that can basically end the impasse. It's still up in the air whether Clint Newton and Andrew Abdo will be there. I get the sense they will be in the same room as well. MASE, just a little bit on this. We have a little bit more information than the average person. That's from Fox, obviously, talking from their end. How confident that was supposed to have happened today. So I'm not too sure.
Yeah. I heard there's been multiple chances to end this.
Yeah.
From a pretty good source, and they just keep getting away from it. You know, they don't want a mediator. They don't want anything like that. They just want to be in the room. They never come to a conclusion. And, you know, with, you know, the people that are in the room, you know, I've spoken to those guys and it's like, it's just never they just can't get an end to it. So it's probably frustrating from the RLPA, right? They reckon they've been in this situation, at least 10 times in the last 20 months and nothing has come from anything.
Yeah, okay.
So this could be just another another, you know, like narrative so they can say, oh, we're going to do this and like, you know, we're going to meet with it and then what's going to come out of it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's getting, you know, I don't know, it's frustrating. And I spoke to a couple of guys in the RLPA, they're very frustrated.
That meeting is supposed to be happening tonight. So we'll have, by the time this episode drops, there might be information with regards to how it went, you know, if there was some stuff to get done. But a big part of what the RLPA has been pushing, right, for the last 2 to 3 weeks from my mates, Jamie Burer and Tommy Simons, is actually getting back to the table. So if they do indeed get back to the table, that's a great sign for and
going off like what Vlandys did the interview with the exclusive, saying we could get this done within an hour.
We'll see.
Like
so the information we had is that he's talked it up about being at these and then he's done no shows, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So if he does indeed have that, so was that on Channel 9?
With Danny,
Yeah, so if he's come out and said that, then surely he's going to be at that meeting tonight, and
He's
then surely there can be at least the opportunity for this to move on. Because I think everyone...
The way that he was talking sounds pretty simple, didn't it? Like as I'm saying, it sounded pretty simple the way that he portrayed it, right?
Yes.
But obviously there's a
Portrayed's a good
lot of like nuances involved in this and what the RLPA want and what he wants to give. Obviously, it's nowhere near it, right? Like, and he's saying he's gone across everything, and he's looked at what the RLPA want, and he's like, this could be done within an hour. Like,
then why haven't you got it done?
Why isn't it done?
Yeah.
It's been in the room like 10 times, and the RLPA haven't moved the goalpost at all. They're not trying to say, they're not asking for more money. They're not asking for X, Y, and Z. So why hasn't it been done?
Do you want me to chuck on my tinfoil hat? I got one for you.
Give me
I got
one.
one
Give
for
me
you.
one.
So, and this is again without even speaking to any of the boys. I'll clarify that. There's a part of me that thinks, all right, the money side of it's done, and all this stuff that seems to be pretty simple is something that they can get done. So why has it taken this long, and why are they avoiding the independent mediator?
Yeah.
I think when an independent media actually sits down, I think the numbers that the actual players have settled on is going to be way more in favour of the NRL, and then it could almost open up another can of worms. So there's part of me that thinks Vlandys might have to get to the table without a mediator and tick off all these things that need to be done for the RLPA, all the little things that they've been talked about, because I reckon the game's humming, just personally. I'm watching the game. I'm watching the fan involvement. There's frustrations around some of the rulings, but I think across the board the game's humming, and I think the game's killing it. So
it's at its pinnacle. It is at the pinnacle.
And when players are killing it, they in turn get to make the sort of money. The Payne Haas has reportedly been offered and rejected.
Yeah,
the reports that Haas rejected a 3-year extension with the Broncos worth $1.1 million. Here's some quotes of Payne himself. I'm still in dialogue with the Broncos at the moment. I've got a good relationship with Kev and the Broncos. We both know where we are at, and we understand each other and what we want, Haas said. Then they're going to 360 here. Braith and Astor then asked the panel, I think it would be asked the panel if this is becoming a distraction. Tell us, of course, says it's a distraction. I think if I'm playing at Brisbane now to where they are sitting equal first. They've done a lot of hard work. Don't forget, no one probably had them in this position. If I walk in the dressing room and you got your star player and you keep on reading that he doesn't want to be there, he wants to play in a grand final, he wants $1 million, I think that is a distraction. Do you agree or disagree with Gordy? If you are sitting there as is it a distraction for you if you're playing for the Brisbane Broncos with all this stuff with Payne Haas happening?
No. Not in 2023 when players, it's player power, right? And everybody wants everyone to get as much money as they can. So I think 20 years ago, 25 years ago, just saying that, like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Even 10 years ago, I reckon it was.
It was all about loyalty, and you're going to, you'd be sort of looking at someone sideways going, fuck, does he want to stay here and this and that? You know what I mean?
Why? Because the narrative was different back in those days, right?
Because it was all about the loyalty to the club. They've been great to you. They gave you your start. They did this. They've made you the player that you are. You wouldn't be this. Fuck off. It doesn't sit with players anymore. They don't care because they're all about getting as much money as they can, being happy, and that's the way Payne Haas is. There's not one player in that team that will be distracted by Payne Haas's decisions.
Not one.
I don't think these guys watch fucking 360 or read the Telegraph or do anything like that to be distracted by this. Like all that's getting, they're trying to put as much bullshit into these papers to distract them, but they don't care, the young players.
No,
it's a different media. It's a different media world. They don't care what guys like Gordon Tallis is thinking or anyone like that. That's just the way young players are. They just don't
back
care.
in our day, Mace, like even growing up just your early 2000s, to kill a little bit of time or to sit in a physio room, sometimes we'd have newspapers in there.
Everywhere.
Sometimes we'd have them someone might bring them in a locker room, or we'd go get a coffee and would read. They're not on there anymore.
I'll tell you what, they're not fucking
they're
on the
social
phone.
media.
They're not on their phone on the fucking Daily Telegraph app.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not reading that shit.
They're just watching social media clips like this.
They watch this and that, and they're not distracted. Does it look like they're distracted?
No.
They're a top 2 team. Payne Haas has been in the papers all year about his contract. Has it bothered his game? Has it bothered Flegler's game? Carrigan's, Ezra Mann, Staggs, Reynolds. They're playing. They're all having career best. They're all in career best form. So
Yeah,
it is
you
not.
could- you could
This
easily
is
argue
not.
that.
This is not a distraction for anyone.
Yeah.
They're trying to create something. They're trying to control the narrative here, saying that this is going to be a distraction. Payne Haas has brushed because he brushed the fucking deal. Broncos don't like getting that. Like, you just offer 1.1 mil. No thanks. So
again, now let's chuck the tinfoil hat back on. Payne wants to. So this is where I think there's a little bit in it, and I've said this before. So if you've watched my content for a while, you know where you're probably going to lead you down to this. Payne says he wants to win a comp. Outside of Penrith, he's probably in the best team to win a comp.
yes,
Then he gets offered $1.1 million. When everyone was going, oh, he just wants more money. He wants to be $1 million player. This is all like last year. And I was going, this shit ain't about money. I've been saying this for 12 months. All right, so now it's almost like he had to change the narrative towards that. I keep leading back to this. I'm telling you there's more to it. One, I just think he's had enough potentially of being up there in Brisbane. And it comes back to coaching, mate. I think coaching is a big part of it. I think Payne is at that point of his career where people consider him, and what does everyone say? Genetic freak. Like just if you could build a prop in a lab. So they're talking about all these things that he's been blessed with. Mm-hmm. But if when I watch him play, he's a player that when you watch, you go, he wants to go to the next level. He doesn't want to just be considered, in my opinion, just watching him. I don't know him that well, but just he wants to go. He wants to be the best ever. That's the perception I get from him, and I think he's looking for better coaching. I think that's.
Yeah, I know for a fact that it's a lot deeper than money. He ain't about money. He's definitely not about money. I think he wants to be wanted, and I think what happened in negotiations, I don't think he felt that he was wanted. It's not about money. This happened about a year or two ago. I think the disrespect that they showed him on the negotiation table. Obviously, they're tabling a lot now. Maybe he doesn't fit that culture. He's Polynesian. He's Muslim. You know what I mean? And he's from New South Wales.
Yeah.
Maybe somewhere down in Sydney could suit him a lot better.
What do you reckon?
I don't know. You look all right in blue and white, I reckon. I don't know. I just think, maybe, he's maybe a lot more marketable down here. You got to think about, Brisbane, their third parties and that. They'll be going to Carrigan, Walsh, Stags, Cobbo, Oates.
Well, yeah, they've got a lot to. They've got
a lot of superstars, man.
I reckon his marketing at Bulldogs would be
the marketing
10 times
value down in
due to his religion.
New South Wales. He's a Muslim brother, very proud Muslim. He'd be very welcomed in the community at the Bulldogs. And I know that, and I think he wants that sense of belonging, to be honest.
If I was his management as well, they're doing exactly the right thing by him. So at the moment, right, he's got $1.1 million offer. I think it's over 3 to 4 years. So it's like I think it's 4.5 over 4. But now he knows that's his floor.
Yeah.
So why would you just say he gets the fucking November 1st and you Bulldogs come out and offer him 1.3, 1.4, even if he still does eventually want to stay at the Broncos, that offer goes up to 1.2, 1.3.
Yeah.
And people think, it's still a lot of money regardless. 500,000 is a lot of money, bro.
Yeah.
When you come from, I don't know what Payne Haas's upbringing was like, but imagine a lot of rugby league players.
Yeah. Very humble beginnings,
mate.
Very humble.
All of us come from that. So you get yourself in a position where you could potentially make 500,000 more.
Yeah.
I'm waiting until November.
And I know his management. They're great people, and they want to look after Payne Haas, the human, not Payne Haas, the rugby league player. Because they're on a different vibe. They want to take care of all their players and make them millionaires after footy. They're all great people. They care about that. A lot of teams don't care about players. A lot of managers don't care about players after footy. They just take as much as they can and then they go fuck off.
Yes,
you know what I mean? So and this is why this guy's one of the best managers in the game. Because he cares about Payne and he knows what club can really look after Payne. And I think front rowers these days. You're talking halves. You're going to pay them, the good over $1 million for a good half. Just say for Adam Reynolds, he's a top 10 halfback. I wouldn't say he's the best halfback in the game. He demands 1.2. I'm thinking like a Payne Haas is more important than Reynolds.
Ooh.
The best front rower in the game is better than a top, like just say a game manager, I reckon, in my books. Because who can play 70 minutes.
I'll throw this to you though, right? So we'll chat this one out. If you look at where the Broncos, I know they were a lot younger, Carrigan, Payne Haas and the likes, but before Reynolds got there, they were struggling.
Yeah.
And then when you look at what's happening with South, I love Lockie Ilias. He's a good young up-and-coming half, but they look like they're sort of struggled to get over the hump a little bit more. So obviously they went really well last year. I wouldn't I think that's a bad comparison with Reynolds in particular because.
And what do you? Just say
how important they are these days.
Reynolds
we talk
Reynolds
about
is
that
important
a lot.
as hell, but I mean, like, look at the team that he's in. They got a rock star team. It's a stacked team.
Of course.
If you put Reynolds in the Bulldogs or the Titans or the Tigers, does he make that much of a difference?
It's almost like it's fucking a nice, beautiful fucking speedboat that we're about to go. Shout out to Unreal Hire in New Zealand, and it's got no fucking motor on it. Like it's sitting in the dock, it's sitting in the wharf. That's what the Broncos was before.
If you put Townsend in the Broncos, would they still be the same?
I think they'd be super competitive.
They'll be up there, wouldn't they?
I think they'd be super competitive.
You know, if you're putting the best half, they're putting a 7 there. That's a bit different. I'm saying like Reynolds is probably a top 5 halfback, top 5 halfback.
So you got
I think Payne Haas is the best front rower in the game. I'm taking Payne Haas, and I'm getting a decent halfback. You know.
I think this might be the one occasion where
I just think Reynolds is just like, he's a class player. I'm not bagging him at all. I'm just saying he's in the perfect position. He just gets there, does all the right plays,
Mate,
kicks good.
He said it himself.
Yeah.
He said it himself.
He's beyond the best forward pack. He's beyond the best forward pack.
Yeah.
All the halves have to do is kick the right places, kick at the right time, make the right plays. And Reynolds has always been great at that. No one can ever fold him. He makes it look easy. I'm just saying, you play behind that forward pack. It ain't like playing behind a forward pack that's getting bashed every game.
I think I could play a little bit of 6 with fucking Ezra Mann playing half there.
So I think, and I think where Payne Haas sits at, like him and Tino, I think they're the best, and Fanul Blake, 3 best front rowers in the game. You're talking starting price though, man, 1.3 maybe.
Start bench cut. No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. I'm not going to do it to you again. All right, do you want to get on the games?
Yeah, mate.
All right, let's get into the previews. Oh, we've got reviews here, but let's get into the previews. These odds are accurate as of 5 p.m. on the 9th of August. We're filming Wednesday. Remember, we film Wednesday night. This drops Thursday. So, kicking it off, Manly versus Penrith at 4 Pines Mace. Our boys, heavy underdogs, $7.50 for Manly at home, because Penrith Panthers are just humming at the moment, mate. $1.09 about the Panthers, even with a couple of big outs. So, no late changes expected at this stage for Manly. Sean Keppie has overcome the back spasms that kept him out of last week's game. He will then fill the void of Matty Lodge, who suffered a season-ending knee injury. Ben Travojevic moves in the starting side, and Kelma Tuolangi goes to the bench. As for the Panthers, a double blow on Wednesday with the club confirming Jerome Luai and Mitch Kenny were ruled out of the clash. The Panthers have been granted an exemption to allow rookie Luke Summerton to join the squad and potentially make his NRL debut, while also having Jack Cogger on the duty bench. So centre Isaac Tongo still remains sidelined due to a leg injury. Jack Cogger will obviously most likely play, and I guess Luke Summerton might be a hooker. So interesting to see how he plays if he gets on. But shout out to the rookie Mace.
Yeah, well done.
With a couple of outs now.
Does that even it up a little bit?
Oh, actually, sorry, mate, just quickly, I put that down before. Now that news has come out, Manly are $5.50, Penrith are $1.15. The line is plus 16.5.
Yeah, I don't think anything changes. I think Cleary probably takes over even more.
Yep.
This was his 4th game back from injury. Sonny Luke will probably play hooker. Will he start?
Sonny Luke will start.
Luke will start. I think he'll probably try and play his best game because, Peach is going to come back in a couple of weeks, so I think they're going to make a decision on, if you're going to play Mitch Kenny, he can bust out 60, 70 minutes pretty easy now and quality.
Sonny Peach on the bench to play a little bit of hooker.
Do you have and he can play 9 easily for like 10 or 15 minutes, and he can play every other position. So Sonny Luke needs to make himself, you can't drop me.
Yep.
You cannot drop me. And, because they're going to be, Jesus, they could go a three-peat. Missing Luai, it'll be hard. It sucks because he had so much value on that left. But I think Cleary will be like, you know what, I'm that dude.
I think
Who's
good
playing six?
as much as
Cogger. Cogger. Yeah,
Cogger will come off the duty.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's solid.
He
just signed a 3-year deal with Knights.
For the Knights, he's a Knights. He's
That's
a
an
Newcastle
interesting
boy.
signing, hey?
Yeah,
so if you think they've got
Gamble,
Hastings, they're going to have Cogger there now. They've also got Phoenix Crossland, who plays halves when what's his name when Brayley's back, and they just signed Will Price as well, who's Leon Price's son. Yeah, he's coming over next year.
It's a weird signing.
It's a really weird signing.
It's a weird signing for him. Like, why would he want to go there?
Yes, I agree.
You know, does he think he's going to he must be backing himself, going, you know, I'll take Gamble's spot.
Well, he must be.
What, you know, he's going to play 6. I don't think anyone is going to stuff with Penrith. They're just brutal. What they've been doing for the last month, it's unbelievable.
What about the start? Do you think Manly can keep it within 16.5?
If they had a won last week, yes,
because they got more.
But not now. Like it's nearly over. Like it's like last week if they had a won, I think they would have been going fucking all in for this game. Especially Luai, no Mitch Kenny, you'd be going as hard. I'm not saying they're not going to go hard.
Yep.
But just that it's very deflating week.
I was going to say, I think as much how much I love Jerome Luai as well. I reckon Mitch Kenny's just as big a loss as Jerome.
Mate, he hits harder than anyone. And he's that sort of guy, when those hits are like flying, he's the one that's hitting you right here. And then you got Fisher Harris over the top. Like he's brutal, man.
Sonny Luke, I think he would only played
hardly anything, man.
20, 30 minutes max in the last 4 or 5 weeks that I can remember.
It'd be good to see him start.
If he's played. A lot of times he hasn't even played.
It'd be good to see him defensively because he's not a strong defender. You know, they're going to be coming at him.
Yeah, Manly big boys have got to target him for sure.
I think Manly, I didn't think they were going to miss Paseka in that much. But the guys like Lodge and
they lost
the other
Lodge
guy.
as well.
Yeah, I know,
they lost
Lodge and the other, who's the other prop?
T Sips.
Yeah,
Sipley.
They just haven't been up for the last couple of weeks.
First game of Friday night, Cronulla Sharks versus the Gold Coast Titans at PointsBet. Is that PointsBet Stadium? Oh yeah, Shark Stadium. I was thinking Penrith the Blue Bet.
Sharkies, eh?
Cronulla now $1.30 favourite. The Titans are $3.50. The line is 10.5. Mulatalo is back, Mace.
Yeah.
Therefore, Moani Hiroti, who was really good actually this is actually one of the games I watched, the South game.
Yeah.
He was outstanding. They tried to target him. Poor Marilyn Monroe had a bit of a shocker for him. Jesse Colquhoun returns on the bench in place of Thomas Hazelden, who suffered a concussion on the big Tommy Burgess hit. Matty Moylan never got on the field last week with Braden Trindle starting.
He was in the 17 and he didn't get on.
Yeah, he was. Fuck. Yeah, Moise, and that was his.
Imagine he plays 199 games.
Oh yeah. So that was his.
Does it count? Do you count that?
I think so. Does it? No.
I don't. Lukey, can you check that, mate? If you're on the bench, named on the bench, does it still count as a game?
Here we go. I'll get it up here.
I'm not sure.
I've got rugby league.
But
it's all right, mate. I got it quickly.
But I backed our boys, the Sharks, last week.
Yes. Shout out to OG.
I thought, just knowing Fitzy as a coach and the players that they have, I'm like, they could, like, it'll be a game. I'm like, it should be a proper game. They could win it.
Yeah.
26-0 up,
comfortably.
man.
They did it comfortably. Bro. They almost just typically, try to protect the lead a bit like what Manly did against Cronulla.
Because of confidence is down. They've been down. They're like, fuck, something could happen here.
Yeah. They played
that saved their year.
Moyes is on 189 games anyway.
I think.
Did you think he was going on 200?
No, I'm just saying, imagine if he ends up playing like 100, because he's gone next year, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
If he plays I don't know.
Yeah, he's going to be very close to 200.
So...
I don't know if he's gone. He's got a contract next year, Moiser.
I thought he was going overseas. Sorry.
No. Wade's retired.
Yeah. Shout out to Wade Graham.
OG.
He needs to play every game to be his 300th.
He does.
I'm talking to the grand final.
Okay.
So I think this has saved their year. I think you might be... I mean, we said the Sharks weren't going to make it.
Yep. I still don't think they're going to make it.
You don't reckon?
No.
So I think they're going to get this game.
He's on 293, Wado.
Yeah, so 7 games will get the grand final. Ooh. Yeah. But shout out to Wade. He's been great. He has been great for the game. His leadership on the field, off the field, what he's doing with the RLPA, whatever he does stuff for Triple M, everything like. He's always been a fucking legend of a bloke.
He's a good human.
I remember his first.
Good fella.
So 2008, I remember he was playing for Penrith. He's so Freddie goes spot him up because he was playing lock. He can hit. You know what I mean?
Oh, when Freddie was your coach at
Freddie was the
Roosters.
coach, right? And he's like, spot this young kid up. I think it was his first game. And I always say, wait, I said, do you remember that game? He goes, I was shitting myself. I said, yeah, you fucking can hit, you little shit. Get right under the ribs, you know what I mean? I said, I always
defender.
rate. I said to Freddie after the game, I said, he's not a fucking spot player.
You know what
He
my
can hit.
I always say this, and this is with the highest of praise, but he was for me, he was the left-edged Glenn Stewart.
Yes.
Defend well.
Mate.
Kicks, can put in a
You
nice
don't
little
need
soft touch
silky
kick.
skills, mate.
Silky skills. Both of them had 5'8" skills, but played back
Yeah.
row. Well, Wado even played a lot of 5'8".
Wado was 5'8" at the start.
And I think I've even seen an interview before where Wado's come out and said that Glenn Stewart was one of his favourite players. So you can see the comparisons for sure.
Yeah.
The gift.
Yeah,
They were
he's
both
one of
silky.
the, like him in his prime, Wade Graham, fucking gun. But great bloke, always been a legendary bloke. So well done, Wade, on an unbelievable career.
Yeah, finish strong, brother. Finish strong. And you think
So,
they're going to? Do you think they'll
I
beat the
think they got-
Titans?
yeah, of
I think
course.
it's a tricky game.
Yeah, the Titans have been good. They've been competitive. You know, they nearly could have won the game last week with 12 men.
For them, the big in captain Tino
Yes.
Malawi, he's back. But then because of what's happened to the suspension with Mo
Oh,
Fotuaika,
shit.
he's gone.
Okay.
AJ Brimson will be rested again as he continues to battle a minor oblique injury. And Jamin Jolliffe is back on deck after missing 4 games with a broken hand.
What do you do with
Cruz Leeming has been added to the bench with Sam Verrill set to miss the rest of the season after the club decided to send him for a clean-out surgery on his shoulder. So Sammy Verrills just hasn't been able to get healthy there at
The last
times.
5
and
years, bro.
I guess that's a big reason. Maybe the Roosters looked at,
yeah, for
whenever
sure.
he's out on the field, he does such a good job, but
His body, best abilities, availability.
there it is.
What are you going to do? What would you do
Jaden
with
Campbell?
Jaden Campbell?
I knew you were going to get to
That
that.
kid is a freak. And Brimson is a freak as well. Do you let one of them go? I would.
I wouldn't. I've got to figure
I
out a way.
wouldn't want to, but
Yeah.
I'm like, I want Jaden Campbell, and I'm not saying who I'm going to let go, but one of them has to go because one of them needs to play fullback every game. Jane Campbell can't be in the front line.
Yeah,
He's not a good defender.
Well, that's my point. I still think that's the concern with Jaden Campbell playing consistent fullback is his defence on the line. You see Shawnee picked him out,
yeah,
dusted him
bang.
pretty quite easily. You remember 2 years ago, oh, actually not even 2 years ago, last year, everyone's loved the emergence of Reece Walsh this year. His biggest improvements has been his defence.
yeah.
He's finally put on a little
Strong
bit
man.
more weight. I think JC needs to get there and put on a little bit more weight, but he's a
I
fucking
think
game changer, bro.
genetically, Campbell will not be able to be that
That's
because he's
what I think the
long.
problem
Because he's
is.
very long, and max he'll put on his 5 kilo muscle, and you still want that solidness, but he can get stronger, and it's technique, right? It's all technique. Billy Slater was tiny when he came in the system,
Yeah.
but he worked on his fitness, not fitness, worked on his strength, and he was saving a lot more tackles, a lot more tries. And by the end of his career,
Get in the right
yeah,
position.
it's all body positioning, right? So he just probably needs to take the wrestling and all that kind of shit a lot more serious instead of relying on that. He's just naturally freaky talent, right? So now if they go, all right, you're going to be fullback, we're going to let go of AJ, right? You pick your fucking defense right up.
AJ goes to left center I think, because for whatever reason, and I think he's solid, but I'd have him as a 14 or a really good backup. Is that Tanner Boyd?
Yeah. I just think one of them should go.
Yeah.
And if I was Jaden Campbell, obviously AJ is...
He just
was the
re-signed
man. I
Jaden.
know. He was the man up there. And I'm pretty sure that little fella would have had a fucking shitload of offers and a lot more money than what he would have signed for.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But people will be still
very similar to his dad.
on his size.
Very similar to his dad.
lot
You
of
know, like,
clubs-
remember when
Preston was tiny, bro.
Preston won like the
Dally M.
Dally M, and then the next year they were trying to put him on the bench and shit.
2001, he won it. 2001 with the Sharks, and then 2003 he was playing
Penrith.
and playing halfback.
Yeah.
No, playing fullback, halfback, 14. He was everywhere.
They were the OGs of playing him halfback but defending him on the wing, remember?
Yeah, I remember. I used to try and get it.
Everyone used to try to get him, but they did such a good job of
You had
hiding
Peach.
him.
Remember you had Peachy there as well.
So what do you reckon about Jaden Campbell attacking as you might? So you got Phil Sammy and
I love him.
Khan
He's been
Pereira.
playing good.
I might almost put Jaden Campbell on the wing and move Phil Sammy to the centres. Or if you want to get him closer, because you need Jaden Campbell on the ball more.
Yeah, because
maybe
they'll bash him if he's wing. He needs to be fullback because he can pick whatever way he wants. If he's playing that wing, you're just going to jam it down his throat and then just fucking rip him apart.
What if he plays centres and floats, but then defends on the wing?
They're going to have to work something like that out.
Because if he's on the wing too, if someone tries, he's the type of guy, like you said, when he took the pick to the house. Like he's the sort of guy that will, you second guess. If when you throw that double cutout, you look to play short, you want to go that one over the top. If you got Jaden Campbell on the wing, man,
But then you back yourself too if you've got a big winger.
True.
If you've got a Brian Totter, you're getting a straight ball and you're going straight at him.
Yep.
So there's a lot of deficiencies in his defence, but his attack is ridiculous and he's got so much talent and I can't waste him 20 minutes a game when AJ's there. So when AJ's fully fit, he's the dude. He's the dude because I love AJ because he's everywhere.
Well, then you move Brim out of the centres, you leave Jaden at fullback. That's got to be the play.
Yeah, it's something. They both need to be on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Can he play 5'8"?
Have you figured out Sharks or Titans?
Sharks.
They're
going to go on a run.
Yep. All right. I like Sharks for this game as well. They could go on a run. Brisbane Para, second game. Are we on the third game? We did a lot on that Cronulla versus Gold Coast game.
It's a good conversation.
It's a good game.
With the Campbell and Brimson. Like everyone's thinking, like imagine if you're part of the management, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, it's big.
This dude's a match
big
winner.
decisions for Desi to sort that out.
And Brimson's always injured, right?
All right, moving on to the Broncos versus the Eels at the Gabba. The Broncos are $1.29 favourites. Parramatta Eels are $3.60. The line is 10.5, Mace. For the Broncos, skipper Adam Reynolds returns, which makes that win last week even better. The fact that Jock Madden filled in for him and they still got the job done up in North Queensland. Toby Hetherington, I actually missed that game too, so as we go through this, let me know sort of who went well and whatnot. Jordan Ricky is also back in the 17 after being 18th man last week.
Hey, the 12 for the Bronx?
Piakura?
Gun.
He's good, eh?
Killed it.
He's good.
Close to the dog of the week. Very close. Clean line breaks, offloads, hits like a truck.
I've seen some highlights. It looked like he had a good game.
He's nice.
For the Eels, Brad Arthur has tinkered with his backline but could make a late change with Dijon Arcee named in the centres, with Bailey Simonson shifting to the wing. Hooker Brendan Hands, if you want to catch him, has been called on the bench, and Andrew Davey is named to start but could swap with Ryan Madison before kickoff. So Maddo started last week, didn't he?
Big game, mate.
You've got Wonga Blake there. Interesting Dijon Arcee in the centres. I'm going to be attacking that later on with my Grateful Eight. So there's
mate. Who's the left centre?
No,
right centre. Arcee's right centre. Who's the left centre? Who are they? Like Tony Staggs is going to ragdoll him. Oh my God. Be a massacre. Why you do that to the kid?
He's
prove me wrong, kid. Prove me wrong.
I think I seen on Random Stats Guy. Rando's Dijon Arcee's had 4 games in the centres, 0 from 4. So,
and you're coming up against the most destructive centre in the game, and angry,
most physical,
physical, loves it. Well, you'd be looking at him going, "You are not stopping me." Early ball.
That's mad disrespect. Now,
yeah, and then you just grab him and just like be one of those mad head slams. Ooh.
Broncos comfortably?
Yeah, Broncos. I don't think they'll lose many games to the end.
Gabba, Broncos, 10.5. Yeah,
are they playing Gabba because of the women's?
Yeah, the women's soccer World Cup's been
shout out to the Matildas.
Yeah, shout out to the Tillies. How good, 2-0?
Quarters or semis?
They were round to 16, so now they go to quarters.
Right, yeah.
And Sam Kerr just got like 10 of the best at the end too. So
That's enough.
She's getting that. Is it the groin or the calf?
Calf. Baby cow.
Yeah, baby cow. Shit, we need Sammy. Sam Kerr just hitting her strides. The back end, if they can get through. Are they playing England, Lukey?
Oh, but yeah, I think they are playing England.
Not this round,
but they would play England.
Who are they
next
playing
round?
this round, Lukey?
Yeah. Lukey's looking
Tonga?
Shout out to Goes.
Yeah, dogs.
Yeah, my Diggos.
We've got France.
Oh, yeah, Frenchies.
That's not too bad.
They're pretty good, I think.
No, there's weapons.
No, but they're not as bad as England. So you don't want to. You want to stay away from England, Brazil. No, who else is going good? I was looking at the odds the other day. Well, you're going to play good teams no matter what this time of the year, right? So the Frogs
sold out, eh?
Oh, don't worry, Mace. Me and Mace have played with Frogs before. They turn on each other.
Hey,
if things aren't going good,
they're done.
They start talking shit. The Frenchies. Yeah.
I hooked a couple of people from the NRL up with some tickets.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
They go, oh, you're the only one who knows people because it's sold out.
Yes.
So
Very
I
hard.
had
You
to-
can't get tickets.
Hey, one phone call, mate.
How good. Moving on to South Sydney versus the St George Illawarra Dragons. The first game of Super Saturday, Mace. Souths are $1.11, so they're expecting a big bounce back in this game. St George Illawarra $6.50. The line is 18.5. So Jai Arrow will be monitored, Mace, after he was
dangerous game,
forced
man.
off. I seen he had back spasms or whatever.
He can barely stand up.
Yeah, that looked awful. Shaq Mitchell replaces Tommy Burgess, who's out. Jacob Host comes into the back row in the expense of Michael Cheekham, while Tane Milne regains his place after Tyrone Munro had a day to forget. The Dragons, some disruptions for the Red V force as well, with Zach Lomax, Jack Bird and Frankie Mollo all massive outs. Interim coach Ryan Carr has called on Max Fiange and Toby Couchman, while Senator Moses Sully needs a final check before being cleared. So they are in a lot of strife. No wonder the Rabbitohs are $1.11.
I was leaning towards St George with this upset.
Gordon.
Yeah. What about? I was very impressed with old Gordon Tallis Duncan.
Yes.
He's something.
Do you know he's named after Gordon
I know
Tallis?
he's named after Gordon.
Yeah.
He's a good player. Like
He's gonna be a good
he's
player.
Cameron Murray-esque, isn't he? Like he's got silky skills. He hits hard,
Sammy was
runs
telling me
hard.
about him at the start of the
I
year.
like him.
Yeah. Yeah. And
really-
shout out to Sammy, new coach of Warrington as well.
Maybe good there. It'd be good.
That'll be perfect for him. He'll come out. He'll come back and coach NRL in like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, just to get out of Australia, get over there. I think maybe 2 or 3 years over there. Solidify himself as a good coach, great coach. Mate, he belongs in the game. He's one of the best blokes in the game. So
It's great for the Super League as well.
It is. Yeah,
He's not only he's like a legend of the NRL, but he's a god in England in
both.
Super League. So shout out to Sammy.
Oh man, I think
Gonna miss my roomie. See each other play a bit of golf every now and again.
we'll catch up with him before he goes. He's going to go like
we'll have a couple of
probably
pints.
November or something like that. Yeah. I'm expecting big things from Cody Walker and our man Latrell.
So am I.
Big time. Wait
am
for the
I.
Grateful Eight, eh? But I was nearly if St George had a full deck of cards, I was going to go.
They
St.
played
George,
well against
'cause I reckon
Parramatta,
they
didn't
played
they?
all right.
Yeah.
They played all right, and they're just
They almost should have won that game.
They're at that end where they can ruin teams, you know. And South's got a lot to play for, so I'll be very disappointed if they don't get the points. So yeah, South.
I think there's going to be a heap of tries on the same side of the field. You've got Ravalawa on the right against Alex Johnston, but old Ravalawa's got the old fucking bad read in him as well. So when things aren't going well, he can get stripped just as much as he can score for the best.
South, their backs, they don't make good reads.
Comfortably.
Even the two Fainga twins.
Yeah.
That's
That makes the Matt. Yeah, Matt who plays regularly, he's pretty solid, but Max struggles. He struggled a couple of times. A couple of times that I've watched him play. The West Tigers play the Warriors, and they are officially the first team to take an away game to
That's great.
New Zealand. So shout out to the
done,
West Tigers. They're taking it to
Hamilton.
Waikato.
Yeah. Is it Waikato? Is it?
Waikato in Hamilton. Yeah, that's where the skipper's from. That's where I'm born and raised, baby.
Nice.
Well, not raised. Come
You
over
were
here when
born
I was
there,
younger. Born there. West Tigers versus the Warriors. My dad's actually going over to watch the game. Going over for this game. Webster invited him over because they got a relationship from the Panthers.
That's great, bud.
Yeah. So he's going to go to the captain's run and
That's
get to watch the
awesome.
team.
That is awesome.
Just
I love
another,
what they're doing, the Warriors, man.
just another reason why Webster should be coach of the year, I reckon, just for that.
As if he's not going to get that.
As for the West Tigers, no late changes expected at this stage. Forwards Stefano Utogamano and Sean Bloor are on track to return from concussion, while Asu Kapoa comes back into the back line for Charlie Staines. He's out again with a hamstring. Andrew Webster's side is relatively settled. Tane Torpiki, who filled in pretty nicely for Chanzi at the back there when he went off.
done for a couple of weeks, is he?
Chanzi's out, yeah. I think it was category 2, but he's going to miss a week. There's no room for the likes of Bunty or Fire or Edward Cossey. So there's some really good competition at the moment for this Warriors team, and they should be too good for the Tigers, mate.
Yeah. I don't think any. Yeah, you have to be a good. You can't be coming last and just going to upset the Warriors at this time of the year. If they're fair income, the Warriors, like proper contenders, they're putting this to bed real early.
Yeah, I agree.
Last week I'll forgive him for the start, and the fundamentals are a little bit out, a little bit rusty.
Titans-
Their energy was good.
Titans'
but
energy was
few
really
drop-
good.
Yeah, few drop balls from the Warriors, uncharacteristic. You'd expect that from the Warriors 2 or 3 years ago.
Well,
But they fixed it.
This is the evolution, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
now they've gone from everyone wanting them to go well. Then they've become every team's favourite second team. Now there's expectations and they should be winning games. And I'll get to Newcastle in a bit where I'm
And
the
everyone's
same.
just saying, they're so structured. Like, no, they're not. They play football the way it's supposed to be played.
Of course, yeah. They're playing
A
really
little bit
good
of a
high
structure.
enterprise footy.
But,
yeah.
mate, you telling Fanua Blake he can do what he wants. No one's telling the forwards how to play. They offloading the ball everywhere.
Have you been looking at my Grateful Eight? Anyway, so the Warriors comfortably 14.5. Do you think they cover the 14.5? All right, moving on to the last game of Super Saturday. The Roosters are at home. Allianz, they're back to Allianz against the Dolphins.
God.
And they'll be looking for a little bit of revenge, Mace, because you remember
Yes, round one.
round one, the Dolphins got him. Finn Diesel. Kafusi just fucking bashed the entire Roosters team.
That was ridiculous.
So we'll see if what sort of reaction we get from the Roosters in this one. The home side is likely to be unchanged with Mudders Hutchinson retaining the halfback spot. Is that who
Right.
you're talking about with Paul Riggs too, by the way? Who has been rotating with his namesake, also Paul Rigg, the cheese, Brendan Smith in recent weeks. Veteran forward Dylan Narps, big papa.
He's back.
Big Narps comes in for the suspended Nathan Brown. Narps' last NRL appearance came in 2021 for the
Wow,
Bulldogs.
for the Bulldogs, yeah.
Shout out to Big Narps. He's back in the NRL. As for the Dolphins, Cody Nikorima is named at fullback and Hamaso Tabuai-Fido in the centres, but they may switch on game day as Hamo has played 15 of his 17 games in the number 1 jersey. And other than that, that's it. Ray Stone will be...
I don't know.
he returns from a broken hand.
This would be. They've got a lot to play for, the Roosters now. Like they've, a mathematical chance. Man, I'm gonna go the Roosters. I think they're too good for the Dolphins, man. They're just the Dolphins.
So they're $1.30 with the tab, $3.50 underdogs. The Dolphins. The line is 10.5. Do you think the Dolphins can keep it close?
No, I reckon. I mean, they always
Blowout.
seem.
I'm with
to.
you. I'm with you.
They're tough and they're gritty. Like it's just embedded in them. Like it's Wayne Bennett coaching. Who's Valence Tafare going up against? It'll be Billy Smith. I rate Billy Smith. Billy Smith's left centre.
Yeah, Billy
so
Smith.
Valence will be. He will have his hands full there.
Okay.
Because they'll be going.
You were sort of going where I was going with the Grateful
They'll be
Eight.
going. They'll be going his side massively. So I think Tupou will be scoring a couple of tries
Okay.
easily, and I think they'll win comfortably.
All right, I might have a little play on that. Toops for 2 and then 13.
I just think he'll get burnt.
I'm going to chuck that. I like that.
Even
bet.
Teddy coming around the back there, and he'll have Valence like in two minds.
Okay.
He'd be either putting his shoulders in or leaning out, trying to because he's going to think he might get burnt on the outside because Billy Smith right arm palm good left foot. And you got Teddy there, like he could be hitting on his inside shoulder. He could be turning in. Teddy's skinning him on the outside.
He had a good game, Billy Smith, didn't he?
Yeah, he's nice. He's good. He's strong. Big kid. Good skill. And I think there could be a lot of easy tries down that right side.
All right, moving on to Melbourne versus Canberra on Sunday with our friends at the tab. Melbourne $1.27 favourites, whilst the Canberra Raiders, who seem to do a good job against Melbourne down in Melbourne of years past. Canberra $3.80. I remember Canberra got him last year with the Jack Whiten game, right, where he fucked up Pappy, and then they got him in the semi-final in like 19 or 20, didn't they?
They can upset, yeah.
So
to get to the
they
grand
don't mind
final.
playing down there. Who's in and out for the Melbourne Storm? Jerome Hughes is back, actually, after missing last week.
Big loss.
Xavier Coates is also back, more likely, while centre Remus Smith is also on the extended reserves, which is big because I thought he was going to be finals at best when he went off and did the adductor a couple of weeks ago. Ricky Stewart is unlucky.
Did you say, is that what you said?
Remus Smith's in the extended bench.
Oh, shit. That's mad.
Ricky Stewart is unlikely to make any more changes with the club, confirming Seb Chris will spend the remainder of the season on the sideline. Very disappointing for him. He's had a great season.
Great year. He did his hamstring.
Yeah, he did his hammy. New South Wales under-19 star Ethan Strange will make his debut.
Right.
with the Strange family having a representation in
all
the
three.
NRLW.
Yeah, and the old man's a coach at the Roosters, isn't he?
Yep. So he's got a coach at the Roosters coach, and then NRLW player and NRL player. So congrats to Ethan Strange and the Strange family. That's a great achievement for the family.
Yep.
Can the Raiders do it again?
No. I just like I don't like Melbourne. Really, rarely lose 2 in a row. Jerome Hughes was a huge loss. I didn't know that he wasn't playing until the game day.
Yeah, either
so
did I.
that threw me off. I was just like, wow. And even Xavier Coates,
X
like
marks
him
the
being
spot.
out. You know, like I think they just need everyone on board to make a fair run for it, and they have. Where's Big Nas? He's on the bench, right?
Big Nasty's on the bench, number 17.
He's been a little bit down the last couple of weeks. I'm expecting something big from him soon.
Yeah, he's been carrying a couple of injuries, I think. He missed a couple of games with injuries as well.
Te Paimara's coming off the bench and banging some people.
He's always
Katoa.
He's got really good technique.
Yeah, he's a gun. Remember, he was a para like 2013, 14.
When he first come through, he catching a few people by surprise. Speaking of Wado before, he got me a beauty on his first year. I was like, fuck, who's this guy?
Still got a good team, eh? Like Papali'i and Tapine and Hudson Young, Elliot Whitehead. Yeah, I think Melbourne will get him. Too much skill. I think that they'll be pissed off. Harry Grant didn't play his best game.
I think it'll be
Munster
close.
Didn't play his best game. It'll be very close. I
think it'll be Melbourne 1-12.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you.
Moving on to the Newcastle Knights versus the Bulldogs. Your Bulldogs are $3.30 underdogs with the Tab Mace. Newcastle $1.34 favourites. The line is -8.5.
Bulldogs 13 plus.
I actually like his in this game.
I don't mind this game, man.
Yeah. I think with a few players back, you think about
Bradman Best is out.
Bradman Best is out. That's a big one. Oh, I'll get to that too, actually.
Yeah.
Daniel Saifidi is listed in the reserves. But like you said, Bradman Best is ruled out for at least one more match with a groin injury. As for your guys, you get Luke Thompson is back on track to play his first NRL game after you dusted him at training, replacing Harrison Edwards in the New South Wales Cup. Hayes Parham and Jaden Welcome are amongst the reserves, but unlikely to play, which is a big plus because when you got beaten 66-0, Mace, you had no, I believe,
no kick out,
no Fox, no Birdo because he was 18th man, no Toby Sexton, he wasn't in the colours yet or in the state.
Yep.
No kicks.
Yep.
Tavita was there.
Yep.
So some big ins. And Luke Thompson's obviously a big one as well. So I actually like this lineup. I think just like the Warriors against the West Tigers, these are harder games for the Newcastle Knights and Warriors to play right now. You got Bulldogs, you're playing with house money, you got nothing to lose. Basically fighting to not get the spoon. But at the end of the day, you've got 3 or 4 games to say to Cameron Ciraldo or Benji Marshall, do you want to be at the club next year? And now the shackles are off. There's no real expectations for the 2 points. So if you look at the Dragons game on the weekend, right, a lot of those players just threw caution to the wind and they would have walked off that field even though they lost. We gave Parra a pretty good crack. You know what I mean?
I think with the Bulldogs now, I just think they want to go out there and have some fun. And people are playing for different reasons at the moment. People are playing for their livelihood. You know, like some players are off contract. They want to be at the club, or they want to get another a job somewhere else. You know what I mean? They don't want to be ending their career. There's no one there that's fucking 30, 34 years old. They're done. So they're all playing for their career. So games like this, these are danger games for teams like the Knights. You know, because they've had a good week this week. Playing with a lot of energy, training with a lot of energy, a lot of confidence. We've got a full deck of cards, and we'll be up there. We'll go up there with a lot of confidence. Missing Bradman Best being out is a big loss for them.
Well, he three of the best against you last time. Yeah, 3 of the Bradman.
Yeah, 3 of the Bradmans. He got 3 Bradmans. The main dude's KP. He's been on fire. You just got to stop him. You can't stop him.
Head on a plate.
You got to manage him. He's going to do some freaky shit, and you just got to go. Okay, we've got to deal with it. But everything else, you got to manage him. Just make plays and stop. Just stop the bleeding. If he's on one, you just got to get at him.
Yep. All right, let's get into the Grateful Eight. No NRLW for me. I missed the NRLW game, so I thought I've gone away. Big deep breath. Let's get back into the Grateful Eight. Let's keep it simple and let's get this jam for the followers at home. So, kicking it off, Manly versus Penrith at 4 Pines. This is overs. The Speed Machine, Sabi, outside of the juice, $3.75 anytime.
What?
For Sabi, I think he can get one.
Yeah.
Cronulla versus Gold Coast at Cronulla. We love him. One of the best back rowers in the games, Britton Nicola, $2.75. We talked about it, the Brisbane Broncos versus the Parramatta Eels. If they do indeed play DJ and Arcee, it's Friday night, so what are we getting on? The Katoni Stags, baby. $2.60. Moving on to the first game of Super Saturday, Souths versus St George Illawarra Dragons. He copped criticism last week. He's copped criticism this week. If they want to make the 8, it's on Trell Mint. Tari Ferrari. Let's get him going. $1.90 about Trell Mint.
It's carve up.
West Tigers versus the Warriors. You mentioned his name before. I'm liking the big boys in this. I think they play nice and direct. They play through the middle. Give me Adam Fanil-Blake, $5 for the amount of times he's been scoring.
Last couple of weeks.
He's been very close.
Egan's always been hitting me. They've been on him a little bit.
Egan's in good nick. He's been doing his best work off either Dylan Walker or Tohu Harris at the back end of halves. As for the Sydney Roosters versus the Dolphins, this guy got put on his back heavily by Finn Diesel this time. I think he comes out and gets some redemption. I'm on the hectic cheese, baby. $3.75, Brendan Smith. As for the Melbourne Storm versus the Canberra Raiders, if Melbourne are going to avoid getting dusted by Canberra down in Canberra, they need a big game from the money man. I'm on Cam Munster at $2.90. And as I mentioned before, I actually don't mind the Bulldogs, and I'm on big Viliami kick-out for your Bulldogs, Mace, at $3.75. Attacking Tyson Gamble.
Tyson Gamble's a dog. He goes hard when you run in front and straight at him. You change those lines like kicks can.
He wedges as well, though, too.
A little bit of evasion. People around the back.
Yep. I like
run
it.
That cold line.
Or you need someone fucking third-degree burns to run him a line and fucking pop out the back. Okay, Mace, for the LPC multi this week, and I think you're going to like it. First and foremost, this is a Scope Sunday special. Both Sunday games. And for this week, we've got a max bet of 50 because I've got something really solid for the punters. We've got Will Warbrick to score in the first 60 minutes with the return of Jerome Hughes on that right edge. Whenever Jerome Hughes on that right edge down in Melbourne, Will Warbrick has been scoring for fun against the Raiders. And I got your Bulldogs plus 9.5. I think they're a big chance of winning the game. You put those two together for a bet of $4.50 with a max bet of $50, and you do that, obviously, responsibly.
Responsibly, of course.
As always, we want everyone to be playing safe during this footy season, so please keep front of mind, what are you really gambling with? And if you need free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. You can find all current LPC bets under the Bets Friends banner on the Tab app. I'm going to be going hard on it this weekend. I'm refreshed, had a bit of a break in Queenstown. Going to be hitting you one game per night, getting after it. Mace, enjoy your weekend. Go the Bulldogs.
Yes.
Let's get them up.
I'll be up there on Sunday.
No Castrians. Yeah,
I'll be
good.
There.
The Willie Mason Cup.
Yeah, Willie Mason Cup's on. All right. Let's get it done.
So you just going up there with the team, or are you going to be doing some stuff in and around there? Or?
Nah, not much. I just want to get up there and watch the game. I used to love playing there, even with the Bulldogs, and especially playing with the Knights on a Sunday arvo, mate. It's nothing better.
All right, mate. Enjoy your weekend. Punters, we'll see you next week.
See you guys.